Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I tinker with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. This video also has tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. So, thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the day at Willie Gillie's place. This panel we got at the junkyard came from a 99, didn't have that pinhole. So, got a drill bit from Willie Gillie. Heck, about the size of that thing. Drill bit looks way bigger than necessary, but hey, that's probably the size. I just eyeballed it, put it there. Hope that fits. If not, I'll drill another one. Back latch is not locking and unlocking. It look like we got an open wire, breaking this wire. I got it back probing the yellow there, and I got it hooked up where the yellow is here, and it's open. So these things like to break a wire right there where this clip goes through. So I'm gonna open that up, see if I could find that wire and solder it or something. Tugged on this yellow wire a little bit, and that's what I got. So I'm sure it's broken in this sleeve. Man, it's kind of a pain. It's always doing that. Maybe that zip tie is too tight on that stuff. Alright, I cut the covering open. I got the yellow wire broken here, and I also got the defrost wire broken here. He probably doesn't know that defrost wire is broken because he's in Vegas. Never uses defrost. Let me work on getting these two wires fixed. Another broke situation on these Volvo P80 cars is the rear hatch quits locking and unlocking. It's probably how I lost my computer. Lock the car, walk away from it, forget to check the rear hatch, make sure it's locked. Somebody opened up the rear hatch, walked off with it. I lost, several quarts of oil like that one time. I had 2 jugs of full synthetic oil, went in the junkyard, come back, it's gone. So anyway, people checking it, the door was locked, but this wasn't. Common thing is, wires in this harness broken. It has some kind of sleeve sheeting, then it has this, and then they put a zip tie on it to this clip here. And over the years, moving back and forth, getting wiggled around and stressed, it just starts breaking wires in here. Just so happened, oh, there's a ground broke in there too. Didn't see that one. Just so happened that it broke the ground, a bigger wire. It broke the power to the defrost. It broke the power to the latch. So you got to cut this open and repair these broke wires, or this stuff will be broke forever. So I'm going to put these things on here. One for the small one, another one for the bigger wires. Get this thing back up and rolling. Then I'm going to tape that thing up. Put another zip tie on there, probably not as tight. When I crimp these things, if I don't have a wire crimper with me, I like to use this part of a good set of these needle nose pliers. This part here, man, I think I got my finger in the way one time and close those. Those things will pinch anything closed. It's got a very small gap there, but it crimps those very well. These crimps I use have heat shrink plastic on them. So I'm going to use my little pocket torch, butane, and heat shrink those. Not that it's necessary in a dry location like this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Couldn't get the torch to work. Back to the hardware store for that. So I just taped it up with electrical tape real good. Put this back on there. Now I'm going to put a zip tie back through there to hold this thing in place. So now that those wires are reinforced with those connectors, probably never had that problem again. But if you're obsessed, you can order a new wiring harness and install that. It's up to you. I would suggest you put that zip tie in there a little loose. This thing kind of pivots, as you can see, as it comes down. So have it all the way open, and then maybe you can get some of that pivoting action. And we're going to give it a try, see if it works. The hatch is closed. Unlock it.
Let's see it go up.
We're going to try to see if it locks and unlocks. Oh, it helps if you plug the plug back in. Let me go plug that in. It plugs in. Bam. Locks and unlocks. Okay, 95. All right, to get this viscous coupling back in, I had to jack it up with a floor jack. Put that bolt in, and then I'm going to put this side in and put that side in, then try to get the straps on. The straps is the toughest part. Has very little gas, so it may be okay. Have the floor jack under there, a 2x4 under there, pressed up on this arm, lifting these parts up so I can get these bolts in here. So let me keep going, get these 3 bolts in there. I got that 18 started. And I was able to get the strap 12mm bolts in there, so I need to tighten that down. This front piece with the 3 bolts, that's not lining up. So you got to find one of them that's lining up, start a bolt in that one, and then work on getting the other 2 lined up. So I'm going to try to get a bolt started there and line up these other 2. I'll probably have to take that 18 loose a little bit. I noticed the radiator hanging down on one side, so I come under here. The bushing and the bolt for the passenger side is missing. I see a nut sitting in the hole. When I come over the other side and look on that, it also has a washer nut setup. So somehow the cast nuts got damaged on this car, and somebody put nuts and bolts on it. So I'm going to see if that nut will fit the bolt that's supposed to go in there and get this radiator secured again. Learned something new today. I was trying to install these lifts in Willie Gillie's car. These lifts seemed a little too long. Then I went down there and saw that bracket with 2 12mm screws. I took those loose just a little bit. That bracket has slips, some play in it, it slides. I put the thing on there. Then I lifted the hatch up as far as it would go, and I tightened those screws down. So we are good to go. How about that? Miracles never cease. I got all this stuff back together on this back panel, and it appears that that hole I drilled is going to be just fine. I got one little broke clip here, one little broke clip there. Everything else is good to go. Now it's time to replace that fog light. Let me back up. Now it's time to put all this stuff back together from the fuel pump. I got an extra nuts because some of those were missing. So let me close that panel up and then go do the fog light. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.